Okay, in lesson 5, we're going to talk about graphing other trigonometric functions. And so we're going to look at tangent here. So this is what tangent looks like. The only difference here, if you go around the unit circle and look at 0 degrees, what's tangent at 0, what's tangent at pi, what's tangent at 180. We notice at 0, it's actually 0. And then at 90, it's actually our point here is 0 comma 1, and tangent is y over x, so that'd be 1 over 0. Well, it can't divide by 0, so that's undefined, right? And then at 180, it would be 0 over 1, which is back to 0. So it goes 0, undefined, 0, and then down here at 270, we switch and we got negative 1 over 0, which we can't have, undefined. So it's already starting to repeat itself, right? So at 0, at 90, and back to 0 and undefined, so that means it's already starting to repeat itself at 180 degrees. So its period length is 180 divided by b, or 1 pi divided by b if you're in radians, right? So the period length is 180. And here we have some undefineds, right? Because we can't divide by 0. And so our domain is kind of limited. We have some limitations there, but our range, as you can see, our y values go on forever, where sine and cosine, it doesn't go forever. And again, our midline is y equals 0. So here we'll go ahead and take it example 1, and we'll go ahead and graph this equation right here. We can see we have a b there. So we're going to find our period, and we're going to take 180 and divide that by 3, right, which is 60 degrees, right? So our period length is 60 degrees. And then if I want even sections, I still want to divide it in 4 sections, okay? So I'll divide that by 4. So we can see at 0, we were 0 and then undefined at 90 and then back to 0, right? So we want this to be 4 even sections, 180 degrees and 4 even sections. Well, what they like to do, instead of starting at 0, we actually like to start at undefined and then go to undefined. So that what they're going to do is they're actually going to move it back. So like sine and cosine start at 0. Well, tangent starts, and this is the only hard one, at negative pi halves for negative 90 degrees. So we're actually going to start down here and go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do that 180 degrees like that. So then at 45 down here, we know it's negative because tangent's negative in 4th quadrant. That'd be negative tangent of 45, but negative 45. So that would be negative 1. And then here we're at 0. And then here at another 45, we're at 1 because we're in the 1st quadrant, and then back to undefined. So it goes, the y values are undefined, negative 1, 0, 1, and undefined. But that means we have to start at negative 90 degrees when we actually graph tangent. So if I was asked to graph this, which I am, I'm going to start at negative 90 degrees. And then I'm going to count by 45. So negative 45, and then 0, and then 45, and then 90. And then my y values are undefined, so that's going to be a dotted line like that. And then negative 1 down here, 0, positive 1, undefined. So now we just need to find our x's, our new x's. Instead of negative 90, negative 45, 0, 45, 90, we're multiplying by 3. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we get our period length is 60. So then we divide that by 4, reduce those, and what do we get? What's 60 divided by 4 there? 15 degrees. So we get 15 degrees. Okay. But we normally start at negative 90, but we are then going to move at 15 degree increments. Okay. So we're going to start at negative 90, and we're just going to move over 15 degrees. So that would be negative 75, and then negative 60, and then negative 45, and then negative 30. So those are our 5 x's. And then we go undefined, negative 1, 0, 1, and then undefined. And what this actually looks like is kind of like a cubic. It's kind of curved up here, and then it's kind of curved down this way, and it keeps on going and keeps on going here. And so that's what it would look like. And then we can see we have no amplitude. Our amplitude is 1. So that means this is going to be just negative 1 here. Oops, negative 1 here, positive 1 here, and 0 in the middle. And that's what our graph looks like for tangent.